destroyed the great heaps of karma, knowers of reality, so that we all may realize the same. Yes, any doubts regarding last class? Did you go through the notes? Do you have the Tamil translation of this book?
No, ma'am.
Please get it from Ravichandran, sir. The
Yes,
Tamil translation.
yeah. So I'm searching, and there was one by Bharat Chakravarti Shastri a very long back. I'm not sure it is same because he and Baril Saab are kind of cohorts. So I'm not sure it is the same or it is a different version. So I'm trying to get that one and then see whether we can do this. Yes, ma'am.
You share it with me. I will look at it and tell you whether it is the same or not.
Yeah, I'm unable to get that copy. I'm trying 3 or 4 places. So far, I'm unable to get. So I need to find who is the published it.
You just send me a message. I'll give you Ravichandran sir's number.
Yeah,
Get from
I spoke to him. I spoke to him, and he also mentioned there is none available now. So, yeah, so.
Hi, good. How are you?
So you want me to do in detail the bhavanas, 2 a day, or you want me to just rush through all the 12 and give you the summary?
We want in detail, ma'am, but we also know that you are doing too many things, so we will leave it to you, ma'am. If you can, personally, I prefer to be in details, but we understand your constraints, so you can decide.
Okay. I get you. I will try to do my best. See, the book is so beautiful that I feel like reading out and explaining each and everything that is there in the book.
Okay.
It's not that we don't know Barah Bhavna. We all know Barah Bhavna, but the detailing is important. So it's better that we do 2 bhavanas a day. Even if we finish 6, it's okay. The rest, everything we'll do as however we can, we'll do it.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah. So we'll start. Kalama.
Thank you.
In the
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So those who have the Hindi book, please tune into page number 21. Those who have the Hindi book.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Tune into 21 page number. People are joining. People will be joining. So let's see. So the prelude to the Barah Bhavna chapter was very interesting. We saw that in the last class. It's so beautifully done. What is it that we need to do? Can anybody tell me 1 or 2 points from last class that you have understood? What is the, okay, I'll ask you the question. What is the purpose of Barah Bhavna? Is it simply reflecting on everything is ephemeral, everything is shelterless? What is the purpose? Who will tell me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so I'm checking my notes now. Yeah.
Quickly, anybody can answer. If you have listened to last week's video, you can answer.
Anitya Bodh we focused upon, and likewise we focus on 12 facets of dharma, and through that we will try to understand the soul and its nature. Am I close to your answer?
Yeah, it is not 12 facets of dharma. It is 12 facets of reality, because dharma is one aspect, no?
Yeah.
क्योंकि धर्म भावना में धर्म आएगा.
Yeah, I get it. Yes.
Okay, so reality is dharma, and to come in that bhav of reality is dharma bhavana. And how you will come to it? Through the 11.
Yes.
Right? And the purpose of Barah Bhavna is Vairagya Vardhak, Vairagya Utpadak. See, without Vairagya, there cannot be Vitaragata. What is Vairagya? To go beyond Raga. Rag includes everything else. It includes Dvesh, it includes Kashai, it includes Moh, Mithyatva, Karma, Sansar, Dukh. When we say Rag, we mean so many things. Where in Jinvani? You understand? So when we say Bhagwan is Vita Rag, That means he's beyond rag. That means he's beyond dvesh. He's beyond moh. He's beyond kashai. He's beyond perversion, ignorance, everything. So if you do not reach that level, you cannot become God. Even though you are God, potentially God, if you don't manifest it, if you don't live it, if you don't experience it, if you don't enjoy it, you will remain in samsara. You will remain in rag. You will remain in kashai. You will remain in sansar. You will remain in dukh. So how to reach that level of vairagya? How to reach that level of vitaragata? For that only these 12 bhavnas are. Simply Barah bhavna, you have done the chintan of Barah bhavna, will not lead you anywhere. It is good. Barah bhavna, aapne chintan kiya, it is good, but not good enough. It is like this. I'll give you one example. The ceiling is there. You all can see I'm pointing my finger. The ceiling is there. And I have something and I want to touch the ceiling. I have fixed my goal that I have to touch the ceiling. Now my efforts, the efforts that I'm putting is like this. I'm just putting it like this. I'm just playing it. So my efforts are not matching my objective. So my efforts, so Barah Bhavna are the efforts. But first you have to fix the objective that Vitaragata is my objective. Right? So then you put the efforts. Now how you'll put the effort? Now when you know that that is your target, all this while you were not knowing your target. You fixed the objective, but you didn't know that you have to reach it. You thought it will come to you or somehow or the other, your this thing effort will go there. No, you have to apply the effort, right? So how much effort should I apply? It should match my objective. It should be in proportion to my objective. If the ceiling is 10 feet high, my effort should be that much. If the ceiling is this much, then this much. But it is so much, so I have to just throw it. I have to just effort lagta. So Barah Bhavna is applying the effort to experience that level of Vitaragata. But since Anadikal, the soul is drowned in perversion, kashai, rag, dvesh. It is going behind the anitya. It has forgotten its nitya nature. Right? You understand? Nitya nature means the knowing nature, the gyayak bhav. It is forgotten. Forgotten means it has never taken cognizance of it. It has never taken cognizance of itself. So, to build up the cognizance of its own self, we need Barah Bhavna. Now we'll see the Anitya Bhavna. Okay, I'll come to this chapter straight away. So, understood the prelude, why we have to consider this Barah Bhavna. So, the real fruit of contemplation is Vitaragata. Vairagya bolo, Vitaragata bolo. Vairagya is the, you'll say, detachment from worldly things. But no, it is cognizance of one's own self, absorption in one's own self. The other side of the coin is detachment from the world. One is attachment with yourself, detachment from the world. They are two facets of the same coin. Yes, somebody wants to say something. Hello. Was there some noise somewhere?
Some noise, background noise.
So please keep everybody muted. Okay. Thank you, Patni ji and Mahendran ji, for switching on your videos. Thank you and welcome. So we did the 4 chand of Hindi last class. I won't repeat them. And you look around the world. What is not changing? Sunrise changes to sunset, birth to death. Parents bringing us in this world, they leaving us. We bringing the children in the world, we leaving them. In fact, in today's time, so before we leave them, they leave us and go and settle abroad. They do things that we don't like or we don't want. Or they do things that, we do things that our children don't like or want. So there is so much of conflict in the world. It appears. But if you take Jinwani, it will say, Jo jo dekhi vitaragne, so so hoti. Whatever Bhagwan has seen in his Gyan, only that is happening. Not that anything is happening unusual. Everything is predetermined, everything is automatic, everything is going according to the nature of Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav. In this Kal, in this Kshetra, to this Dravya, this Bhav was to happen. That only is happening. I am an Akarta. I am a Gyata Drashta. To understand that simple truth is easy, but to experience it, we need the 12 bhavanas. To go to that level of experience, we have to pass through the grill of one or all the Barah bhavanas. It's not necessary that all the bhavanas will be at a particular time. When you take to one bhavana, it will be inclusive of all the 12. You will know this only on close examination. Okay? Chal. So, what all are anitya? Now, page number 23. It's the very first line says, Sanyog Kshana Bhangur Par Atma Dhruv Dham Hai. Sanyog means, I told you, the associations. All associations momentary, ephemeral, transitory, impermanent, Kshana Bhangur. But Atma is Dhruv Dham. In fact, in the Atma, the Gyan Parya is coming, no? That is also Kshana Bhangur. Okay, in the Atma, see, Atma is like a Jnana Samudra, ocean of knowledge. From in that ocean, the waves are coming. The waves are of water only in the ocean. Likewise, Atma is a Jnana Samudra in which the waves of Jnana are coming and going. So that coming is Utpad, previous wave going is Vyay. So even though it is Nitya, the waves are Anitya. But in meditation, we have to focus on the Trikali, Dhruv, Nitya, Swabhav of the Atma. Right? So you are not worried even if the Keval Gyan wave comes or not. That much of Vairagya, that much of detachment, that much of absorption in the Gyayak Bhav is there, then only the experience of realities. So understand the purpose of Anitya Bhavna. Telling that all waves of Gyan are Anitya, all children are Anitya, wealth is Anitya, body is Anitya. What they are wanting to tell us? They are telling, Are, you are Nitya. Focus on that and become fearless. Become Mukta. Become Kashailas. So Dhruva Dham. Atma is Dhruva Dham. Dham means abode of bliss, abode of knowledge, abode of happiness, abode of infinite knowledge, vision, power, etc. Have faith in your own self. Discover your own self. Know thyself. Paryay lay dharma, parantu dravya shashvat dham hai. That's what I told you just now. The jnana paryay is of utpad and vyaya, but the dhruv, dravya, is shashvat, is trikali. Focus on that. Worry not. You have nothing to lose. You came with your dravya, you'll go with your dravya. Nothing you have got with you, nothing you'll take with you. Focus on what you are eternally. Then you won't focus on what is there external. Then the path of moksha begins. And culmination of this is moksha. This experience is moksha. Eternally you experience the pure soul. That is the state of moksha. So on the way you have to experience the self. And when you reach your destination of moksha, what do you have to do there? Continue with that experience. Continue with that experience. Because that only is the truth. Everything else is not true. Because they don't belong to you. They are all because of the karmic associations, material associations. But we identify ourselves with the karmic fruition, karmic uday. So we are entangled in perversion, in ignorance, in kashai, and so we are suffering. Okay, so then he says, knowing this reality is the essence of bhavana, and adoration of the Dhruv Tattva is the essence of all Aradhana. Aradhana means adoration. Now, the first para says that every substance in this world is Nitya Nitya. It is eternal as well as non-eternal. I told you just now the ocean and the waves. The ocean is eternal. The samudra is eternal. But the waves are non-eternal. Akka, avangala kelunga. Tattitu kelunga. Okay. Likewise, Atma is Nitya. But the Paryay, Atma means the Jnana Samudra. And the Paryay of Jnana is Anitya. So they are using two words. Write down. Asanyogi Dravyansh and Sanyogi Paryayansh. Asanyogi Dravya Ansha and Sanyogi Paryaya Ansha. Every substance is a complex of Dravya and Paryaya, in which the Dravya part is asanyogi. Asanyogi means inborn, natural, inherent, not coming from outside. Whereas the Paryaya are all sanyogi. For example, we are in the human gati. So this is a Paryaya. Is it our natural Paryaya? No. The Gyan that is happening every moment to us is the natural Paryaya. And the bhav of kashai, the bhav of hunger, the bhav of delusion, moha, etc. All these paryai are anitya. They are sanyogi. So one is the asanyogi dravyansh. See, one is that we are an ocean of knowledge. And the wave of gyan is one paryai, is one ansh of that dravya, which is asanyogi. Now, in that ocean, you have some filth, you have oil, you have the resources. They are all sanyogi. And they are also paryayika ansh, which are non-eternal. So you understand what I told just now? So Atma is one Gyan Samudra. So that is called Dravya, in which the waves of Gyan are coming. They are called Dravyansh. And eternally the waves of Gyan will be coming. They are asanyogi. They are not in relation to any other associations. And at the same time, in the Atma Pradeshas, the karmic rise is also taking place. The Gati, Jati, Kashai, Indriya, all Margana, 14 Marganas you can fix here. So they are the Paryai, but they are Sanyogi. They are born to die. They have come to you to go away. So they are all the Paryayansh. So they are all Anitya. You are Nitya. Understood? So in Anitya Bhavana, they are telling you to focus on what? The Sayogi Paryay, no? They are all Anitya. This Anitya Bhavana is telling that whatever has come in association with you is bound to leave you and go. Don't assign permanent reality to impermanent things. Be happy, be contented, return home, come home to your own self. So, contemplating on different paryai is Anitya Bhavana, and focusing on the eternal Dhruv Tattva is the purpose of Barah, Anitya Bhavana. Through the contemplation of the momentariness of the paryai, you focus on the Trikali Dhruv Dravya. You bring your focus on that. And so they are telling you, write down, that all the paryai are asthir. Asthir means what? Momentary. Kshanabhangur. Don't have rag for them. Don't have dvesh for them. Remain a knower and seer of them. என்ன சொன்னாங்கம்மா? இல்ல நீங்க போங்க உள்ள, இல்லன்னா one second. No? I'm sorry, dear. So all the paryay, yes. Yes, Sayogi means anything that comes in contact with you. See, there are 3 types of sambandh. Write down if you want. I've earlier given you, but still you can take it down again because the word is coming again and again. First is Sayogi Sambandh. I would like to give you one homework to all of you. Try to find out all the kinds of sambandh that Jinwani talks of and put it on the WhatsApp group. I'll give you 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you find the rest and put everything in one. If you find the lesson on it, if you find the notes, you can share that. Yes.
The message is breaking, ma'am. The message is breaking.
Okay. Now. Hello. Now is it clear?
Yes, now still breaking, ma'am.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah.
Is my voice okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chal. So write down. I want you all to research and find out all the kinds of sambandh and put it on the WhatsApp group. I'll tell you about 4 or 5. Okay. The rest all you find out. It'll be very interesting. First is Sayogi Sambandh. I'll put it on the board if I am the host. Sambandh means relation. Okay, this is the first one. Second one. Eka Kshetra Avagaha Sambandh. Tadatmya Sambandh. Have you all written?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is Sayogi Sambandh? Example. Soul and body. Soul and body. That is 2 dravya. Dravya and dravya. This is Jivastikai, this is Pudgalastikai. They come together, their relation. I'm sorry, I got detached.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Now
Sorry.
we can.
So, Yogi Sambandh, between two dravya. The relation is called Sanyog. And that same relation is called Nimit Nemitic Sambandh. The relation between two dravya, Atma and Karma, no, Atma and body, is Sanyogi Sambandh. Okay. Next is Eka Kshetra Avagaha. That means occupying the same space. Atma and Karma. Their relation is called Eka Kshetra Avagaha Sambandh. And the third one is between Atma and its Guna. Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya, etc. They are called Tadatmya, Tatmaya. The Dravya is made of the Gunas. So the relation between Dravya and Guna is called as Tadatmya Sambandh. Dravya and Paryay, that is Atma and Karma, is a Paryay. So in Anitya Bhavna, what they are telling us, that all this Sayogi Sambandh, no, they are non-eternal. Your relation with your gunas is eternal. The Asharan Bhavna will tell you, there is no shelter in the Sayog, in these associations. There is the shelter in your gunas. You take shelter in your gunas. Thinking of taking shelter in these Sayog is dukkha. It is sansar. There is no sar in it. So take shelter and come. It is worthless. It is worthless. So what is worthwhile? Your gunas are worthwhile. Light that lamp. Be a light unto yourself. Atma Deepo Bhava. So these are the three bhavnas. Anitya, Asharana, Sansara Bhav. So coming to oneself is the fourth Ekatva Bhavna. Coming to oneself, experiencing that oneness with one's own self is Ekatva Bhavna. So the first three should lead to the fourth one. Or if you take to the first one, it should lead to the fourth one. Understand? Okay. Clear? Understood the three types of Sambandh? Now, when you take the Jiva, there are again two Sambandh. Gyan and Gyeya. Gyay Gyayak Sambandh. Then write Vyapya Vyapak Sambandh. Bhavya Bhavak Sambandh. Nimit Nemitik Sambandh. Karta Karma Sambandh. So many types of Sambandh. You can do one PhD on it. Okay? Huh? So now write down two more words. Par and Paryay. All these Sanyog means all these associations are par. Par means not the swa, not the self. They are the other. And they are Paryay. So the real Dravya, the pure soul, is different from par and Paryay. Which Paryay? The Paryay of the par. It has its own Paryay. That own Paryay also cannot be the focus of meditation. The Trikali Dhruv Dravya only is the focus of meditation. Because Paryay, no, it is subject to Keval Gyan only. In our Chadmast Gyan, we cannot know that Paryay. By the time we focus on Paryay, it becomes past. The future Paryay comes. So present turning to past, future becoming present. So every moment, so fast things are changing, no? That cannot be the objective of our meditation. The Dhruva Dham, which is an abode
breaking,
of...
ma'am.
Bolo.
Again, breaking, ma'am. Your voice is breaking. Your signal also shows red.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Now is my voice okay? Hello. Is my voice okay now?
Yeah, your voice is okay.
Voice is okay. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I'll fix the things. Now, am I okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So, Sayogi Samman, all non-eternal. Ek Kshetra Avagaha Samman, Atma and Karma, occupying the Pradeshas, is also Anitya. Tadatmya Samman, Gyan and Gyeya, wo bhi Anitya. Whatever in your Gyan, the things are coming, are also non-eternal. They also cannot be the object of your meditation. Clear? Got it? Got the 3 types of Samman, everybody? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. You can spotlight my video if you want, the admin, please. So now the 2 words they are using is pari and pariyai. So anything that comes in your gyan, for example, you focus on fire. In your gyan, fire comes. So has your gyan become hot? Please tell me, has your gyan become hot?
No.
Nothing has happened to the gyan. It is par and it is only a pariyai. In that moment of your gyan, you had to cognize that fire, gyeya. But that gyeya should not be your object that is worth knowing. Your gyan is the one that is worth knowing. Then it is vitaragata, then it is vairagya. That absorption in that gyan will lead to omniscience, sarvagyata. Understood? Okay. So, because we focus on par and pariyai, and we have oneness with them, we have this ekatva, mamatva with them, we are suffering. So this suffering, no, is sansar. The suffering is sansar. And that moment you focus on gyan, detach from all the gyeya, then it is moksha marga. And you don't come out of it, you remain in it, it is moksha. Understood, dear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is called dravya drishti. This is called dravya drishti. But since anadi kal, our purusharth is in the wrong direction. Because we don't know the nature of reality. We have not gone deep down and done a true scan of our own self. So our purusharth is all we are doing upvas, we are doing samayik, we are doing puja, we are doing part, we are doing everything without understanding the methodology. So all our purusharth is going in the account of punya. And punya again keeps you in sansar. Right? Okay. So first we have that ekatva mamatva. Ekatva means oneness. Mamatva means attachment with all the par and pariyai. So that is the cause of our suffering. Now Jinwani tells you that you don't want to suffer, then why are you suffering? So you don't know the way out of suffering. You don't know the nature of the self. You don't know the nature of true happiness. So you're suffering. Then he says that we are doing the purusharth in the wrong direction. No, he gives you 2 examples. It is like from the sand, you want to take out oil. In the deserts, they do the drilling. In the deserts, they do the drilling. So where they do the drilling, suppose, will they do the drilling in water? Will you get the oil? From the sand, can you get the oil? So he's telling, trying to do wrong Purusharth, doing Purusharth in the wrong direction is like trying to drill the sand dunes for oil. What you will get only tiredness. You want land with all the oil resources. So it's a wasteful exercise. And this we have been doing since Anadikal. Our wrong Purusharth in the wrong direction, or even Purusharth in the wrong direction, over and time and again, we are doing in the wrong direction. So now you understand that all the Sayog and Paryay are Parinamanshil. Parinaman means operating, and they are all non-eternal. Okay. Now next paragraph, Pandit Todar, he's quoting Pandit Todarmalji, and he says that what our Jeev wants, no? He wants everything to be according to his whims and fancies. I want my wife, my children, my house, my job, my workplace according to my taste. But does it happen according to our taste? Anything in this world, does it happen according to our taste? No. It happens the way it has to happen. So I'll give you 3 words now. Write down. Write down 3 words. Paristhiti, Vastusthiti, Manasthiti. Paristhiti, Vastusthiti, or Manasthiti. Any order you want. We are doing Anitya Bhavna, page number 24. See here, Paristhiti means the situation. Paristhiti means the situation. Vastusthiti means the nature of reality in that situation. Manasthiti is your state of your mind. Paristhiti is supposing some Jeev is in Narak, some Jeev is in Tiryanch Gati, some Jeev is suffering in this human world, human existence. Paristhiti. Either you are suffering, supposing you were not married, you wanted to get married. Paristhiti is of happiness. Now your wife is not according to your choice. So now the paristhiti is Bhayankar. Bhayankar means dangerous. Now is there a way out? You can't leave your wife, you can't be with your wife, you have to tolerate her. So ये मजबूरी का धर्म है ना, ये मोक्ष मार्ग नहीं. You understand now you know Jainism. You know the Vastu Sthiti, that this was destined to happen. In Bhagwan's Gyan, it is reflected that this is the truth of this moment. Now your Manasthiti will be in your control or not. Supposing some accident, we have broken our limb. So Paristhiti is dangerous. Okay, it is causing a lot of anxiety. But that moment you have this Barah Bhavna with you. You know the reality that this is the truth of this moment. And I am only a knower. I am not the body. This accident has happened to the body and not to me. So your Manasthiti will be under your control or not. You are the master of your mind, or are you suffering because of your mind game? So what he is trying to say is that Paristhiti is not in your hands. They are all Sanyog. But you don't get carried away with the Sanyogi Bhav. You know the nature of Vastu Sthiti and take care of your Manasthiti. Don't have rag, don't have anxiety, don't have dvesh. Remain a knower and seer. That is Vairagya. That is Vitaragata. That will lead to happiness and bliss and eternal pure bliss. Understood? So what he's telling is the situations, the people will not be according to your whims and fancies. Rather, your Shraddhan, if it understands the reality, then you will not be agitated, you will not be anxious, you will not be suffering. You will let go of things. When you let go of things, it is detachment, it is aparigraha, it is vairagya. But if you hold on to them and you say, no, 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 things should be like this, things, then you are in the state of anxiety and suffering. Is it clear? Now, a Mithya Drishti wants everything to be according to his whims and fancies. But a Samyak Drishti will not have these whims and fancies. He understands the reality and accordingly he will conduct himself. That is the difference between your matured viewpoint. You're an evolved soul, so you have a very matured viewpoint. And if you're immature, you'll have a very, very, very shallow viewpoint, and you will get carried away with anything and everything that comes to you. So Anitya Bhavna is telling, don't get carried away. They are all Anitya. If you keep moving with everything that is happening to you, you will not become steady like a rock. Then you cannot experience that happiness. Rock means rock solid absorption in the pure soul is wanted. Rock solid absorption in the pure soul is wanted for Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charitra to manifest. Okay? Understood? So now, here, very beautiful line they are telling. Whatever is happening to you, if you consider it as reality and you want things to happen according to you, then this is a very, very great Brahm. Brahm means illusion. You are living in a world of illusion. In your dream state, you eat rasagulla. So are you actually eating? No. So everything, you are living in a world of illusion. So here one line you can all note down. When we wrote our exam in the second year, this line had come for our exam. Brahm janit dukh ka upay, Brahm dur karna hai. Brahm. So all suffering is born out of illusion. We call it delusion. Vedant calls it as illusion, Maya. We call it as moha. Right? So jeev ko bada bhari Brahm ho gaya hai. The jiva is in a state of illusion that things can happen according to his whims and fancies. This is a very great illusion that the jiva is in. So what is the way out of illusion? It is to remove the illusion. No other way. Like for example, in the night, when you wake up, you see a rope. Actually, no, you see a snake. And you get scared. Now, then what do? You switch on the light and you see that there is no snake. It's only a rope. So now will you suffer? Will you be fearful of that snake? There's no snake at all. It appeared that there was a snake, but actually it was only an appearance. So all sukh dukh is only an appearance in the mind. Clear? Am I making things clear to you? So all these are mind games. So Brahm dur, when you get rid of this illusion, all this Brahm, you understand? Brahm, huh? Then only you will get the right faith. Oh, it is only a rope. So now no fear. So now when you see that all that is happening in your Gyan are mere Gyeya, the objects are not there at all. Even though all the objects appear in your Gyan, there are no objects in the Gyan. They are only appearances. And we get carried away by the appearances. Wow, all the gay are mere appearances. You don't focus on them. You focus on the self, Gyan. And when you understand the Gyan as it is, Gyan Swabhamya Gyan, and absorption in it, experience of it is Samyak Charitra, and not coming out of it is Samyak Tap. So all the four will happen in one shot, or they will not happen at all. Okay. So now the next question is that does this Anitya Bhavana, reflection on Anitya, happens only to Samyak Drishtis or to Muniraj or to Mithya Drishtis? Clear? You get the question. It happens to Samyak Drishti Jnani or even to Muniraj. Does a Muniraj need all these Bara Bhavna? What is Muniraj doing in the forest? So he says that everything is ephemeral. All par, sayog and paryay are ephemeral. Ephemeral matlab momentary. And because of Agyan, the Agyani has anxiety. And that anxiety is called in 2 words over here. Write down. Akulta, Vyakulta. The moment a thought comes of some object, you want it. It is called Akulta. You become restless for it. Like a child wants a toffee. When the child sees a toffee in your hand, it becomes akul to take it. Until it doesn't get it, it is vyakul. To get it, vyakulta. The moment it saw it, it became akul. Akul means anxious. Vyakul means restless, tempted. So, for the Agyani, all akulta, vyakulta is because of ignorance. Because he is an Agyani. But a Samyak Drishti Jnani, who knows the path of moksha, for him it is not born out of ignorance. It is born, this akulta is there because of charitra mohaniya karma uday, kashay uday. So for him also, deva, shastra, guru, mother, father, stri, putra, etc., body, etc., Shubha Rag is there even for the Samyak Drishti Jnani. But because his Shayoksham is less, his Vairagya is less, so he can also have this Akulta Vyakulta, but it is not born out of ignorance, it is born out of weakness. Understood the difference? For an Agyani, it is born out of ignorance. For a Jnani, it is born out of Charitra Mohaniya Karma Ka Kshayoksham. So their chit is also asthir. Muniraj, from who is swinging between 6th and 7th gunasthan, if he is fixed in the objective of meditation, he'll go from 7th and above. But he cannot focus, no. He's also having this charitra mohaniya karma uday. So for him also that asthirta means steadiness in the absorption of the pure soul is not there. So that chanchalta is there, that fickle-minded is there for the Muniraj also. So he is in the 6th gunasthan. Then he will overcome it. He'll go again visit the 7th. He'll visit the pure soul, he'll come to the 7th gunasthan. He's not able to remain in it. He'll come down. Then he will be also doing all the sanyogi things, giving pravachan, writing shastra, doing vihar, taking to bhiksha. All these are par and paryay, but his objective is very clear. So he is a Samyak Drishti.
Ma'am,
yes.
Whatever the reason, maybe agyanta or a charitra gun ki mandata, weakness. The karma bandhan will be the same for both. के मान्यता में फर्क है तो अलग हो जाएगा.
हाँ. See, for an Agyani, the bandh will be, even if he is not doing any anxiety, for him Anantanubandhi karma is being bound. Because he has no cognizance of reality. It will be only Sanjvalan. Mild. Like you have fast color and you have any cloth which is dyed, you put it in water, the redness goes off, and one redness that will never go. Understood? So difference is there, no, in the colors.
Okay.
Like that difference in the kashay is there. So with mithyatva, kashay is anantanubandhi. So aapko, humko, sabko anantanubandhi karm ka bandh ho raha hai.
Okay.
Understand? Until and unless we get samyak darshan, we are binding anantanubandhi kashay. But for a Muniraj, it will be very mild kashay. Sanjvalan.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
And Samyak Drishti also, it will become mild. For him, Anantanubandhi kashay will go.
Okay.
So, out of the 4 kashay chokdi, 1, 2, and 3. For Muniraj, it is gone. Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhani, Pratyakhani. Very mild Kashaya is there. So he is away from Keval Gyan still. For us, Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhani, Pratyakhani, Sanjwalan, all kinds of Kashaya are taking place. First, we should arrest that. And that will be arrested only when Mithyatva goes. And Mithyatva will go when we apply Barah Bhavna and come to closer to reality. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Please ask questions. Now, what he is telling is that reflecting on the 12-fold contemplations comes under what? Swadhyay 5 divisions are there, no? Write down. Swadhyay 5 divisions. Vachna, Prachana, Parivartana.
Amna.
Fifth one is Dharma Katha. First Vachna, Prachana, Parivartana, 3. Fifth is Dharma Katha. What is fourth one? Fourth one in Digamba tradition is called Amnaya. In Shvetamba tradition, it is called Anupreksha. See, reading of scripture or listening to the discourses is called Vachana. Then you asking questions is called Prachana. You go home and revise again. Go home and revise again means children study in school, go home and revise. That is Parivartana. And then you reflect on it. That is Amnaya or Anupreksha. And this way, you are doing Katha to your own self. Dharma Katha to your own self. So when you have become proficient in it, you become eligible to do Dharma Katha with others and for others. But in a forest for a Muniraj, there is nobody to give him the discourses. There is nobody to listen to his discourses. There's nobody to ask questions. So what is the Muniraj doing in the forest? He has mastered all the scriptures and again he recalls them. That is Vachna. He has some doubt with the reference to some other scripture, he'll get his doubt cleared on his own. Prachana. And again he will be telling himself, I'm a pure soul, I'm a pure soul, Parivartana. And with the help of the Barah Bhavana, he will be reflecting on it, Anupreksha. And then he's telling himself about the Dharma. So you understand how Swadhyay 5 divisions are happening for a person and how we understand it. Is it clear? Okay. Now, Ramchandraji, they have given the example of Rama and Lakshman. See, the day Rama was supposed to be coronated, in the same muhurt he had to go to the forest. Vanvas. So was he remorseful? No. Why? Because he was a Samyak Drishti. So whether I'm in the forest or whether I'm in the palace, I am in my pure soul. My body may be in the forest, my body may be in the palace, but I am in the pure soul. Right? So this kind of Samyak Darshan was there for Ram. But when he lost Lakshman, when Lakshman died, he took his dead body and on his shoulder and he moved from place to place for 6 months, carrying the dead body of his brother because of so much of attachment for the brother. I'm hoping that somebody can revive the life of his brother and his brother can come back to life. So even though he's a Samyak Drishti, this kind of moha can operate even for Samyak Drishti. But because he knows the reality, he's not able to absorb in it. So Charitra Mohaniya is weak. But the understanding of reality is there. For example, you and I know that we should not get angry. But do we not get angry? That means our knowledge of reality is not firm. But for a Samyak Drishti, it is firm. Yet he is not able to absorb it. So that is because of the Charitra Mohaniya Karma. They will take to all these things because of the Karma Uday, not because they want to take it. The karmas are so prabal. Prabal means powerful, that they make them do all these kind of things. Clear? So that is the example. So now he says that there are two types of anxiety. Write down. This anxiety is born in two ways. One is born out of ignorance. Page number 25, last paragraph. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So page number 25 tells us, last paragraph, that this anxiety is born out of two causes. One is out of ignorance, and the second is because of raga dvesha. For a mithya drishti, it is both agyan and raga dvesha. For samyak drishti, it is because of raga dvesha and not because of agyan. Oh. एक मिनट. So, what this Barah Bhavna is useful for who all? Write down on page number 26, it's given, or mark it. This Anitya Bhavna, etc., the contemplation on these are useful for number one, Jnani, Agyani. Sayami, Asayami. One who is on the path of restraint and one who is not on the path of self-restraint. For both of them, it is useful. Write down. It is useful. Upayogi. It is avashyak. It is important. It is sukhkar. It will lead to coming out of suffering, and it will give you peace, shanti. And it is param amrit. It will help you to come to immortality. So these Barah Bhavnas are useful, important, worthwhile, blissful for both Jnani, Agyani, Sayami, Asayami. Then he is giving the example of Gautama Buddha. Once when a lady came to him when she lost her child and she wanted her child back, and then Buddha told her to go to different houses and get one bowl of oil from that house where death has not occurred. And when she went, she found that in every house death had visited their house. Then she understood the dark reality or the facts of life, and she was able to overcome this ignorance and delusion. Okay, now then he says again the same, whatever is repeated, I'm not telling you. Parivartan, sansaran. So death is inevitable. Death is inevitable. Every paryay that is born will die. Die means it will go in the past, right? It will become past. Nobody can save you from that. Remember that we all have a date with death. So when they say of Anitya Bhavana, they will talk of death. Raja, Rana, Chhatrapati, Hatinike. Oh, darwaja band kariye. मरना सबको एक दिन अपनी अपनी. So what they are trying to say ki now in the next he's quoting Pandit Daulat Ramji, and he says Jovan Graha Godhan Nari Haya Gaya Jan Agyakari Indriya bhog chin thai, sura dhanu chapala chapalai. One is telling death is inevitable. The other scholar is telling us youth. Jovan means youth. Graha means your house where you are living. Godhan. Godhan means the wealth of the cows and the other wealth that you have. Nari is your wife. Haya. Haya is what to say? Horse. Short spin. Gaja is elephants. Jan means all your Facebook likes and people who follow you, your friends, your kith and kin and everybody. Agyakari, your servants who are obedient, faithful to you. Then Indriya Bhog, all the sense pleasures are all ephemeral. China, China, China means Kshanabhar. Surya Dhanu, like the rainbow, like the thunder and lightning, they are all ephemeral. So what to do? The next he's quoting Kartikeya Anupreksha. Just give me a minute, I'll be back. Yes, dear, I'm there. Am I with all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Now what he says, Kartikeya Anupreksha is a beautiful text. There may be English translations of it. Please get a copy and read Barah Bhavna from that book. I'm reading in Prakrit and explaining. Jam kinchivi uppannam tasya vinaso havei niyamena parinama saruvena vinaya kinchivi sasayam atti. What he says, that whatever is uppannam means utpanna, born, vinash, niyam se, definitely as a rule, everything that is born will decay and die. The change is the reality. Parinama rubena kinchivi sasayam ati. Without that, the change is the permanent in all the substances. Next is another quote he's giving. Jammam maranena samam sampajjai jovanam jara sahiyam. Very easy, very simple prakrit. Lachi vinasa sahiya iya savam bhanguram munaha. That means with birth, death is associated. With youth, old age is associated. With association of wealth, disassociation of wealth is associated. In this way, know that everything is momentary. Okay, so like that he goes on to tell you that now listen, the next paragraph very important. He says that through Anitya Bhavana, he's giving you the knowledge that everything is momentary. But what is the prayojan? Through Anitya Bhavana, he's making you understand the momentariness of the objects around you. But what is the purpose? The purpose is you detach from it. You come to your own self. So, par se virakti, swa me anurakti. Per se virakti should be there after understanding the swa and absorbing in the swa. So simply telling you that all are anitya is not anitya bhavna. Focusing on the nitya trikali dhruv dravya is the objective of all the 12 bhavanas. In 12 different ways, they are going to tell you to come to your own self. Now, we have all learnt in Jayachandji Chabda's Barah Bhavna. Very beautiful. Very beautiful 2 verses. Dravya roop kari sarva sthir, parjay sthir hai kaun. Dravya drishti aapa lakho, parjay nay kari gaun. Don't worry about the Hindi. You come to the philosophy. Dravya roop kari sarva sthir. You are a Trikali Dhruv Dravya. You will remain a Dravya. All the 6 Dravyas will remain 6 Dravyas. But the Dravyas are complex reality with the Gun and Paryay. The Paryay is always asthir. All the Paryay, Swabhav Paryay and Vibhav Paryay. Swabhav Paryay of the Atma is Gyan Paryay. Vibhav Paryay is more Agvish. One is the natural intrinsic Paryay and one is the Paryay of the associations. Both are not sthir. Kaun hai? Who is sthir from the Paryay point of view? So what he is telling, Dravya drishti apa lakho. See yourself from the Dravya point of view. Ignore the Paryay. Ignore the more Agvish. Ignore the Geya. See the Trikali Dhruv Dravya. In the next verse, which is from Deep Chandji's Krit Barah Bhavna. So I told you there are 100 sets of Barah Bhavna. So one was of Jayachandji Chabda, the first 2 lines. The second 2 lines are from, see, so beautifully the article is written, you know. Okay. He says, from Dravya Drishti se Vastu Sthir, Parjay Athir Nihar, Tase Yog Viyog Me Harsh Vishad Nivar. The same thing in a different way, that from the Dravya point of view, everything in this world is permanent. And Paryay is asthir. Nihar means know that all the Paryay are anitya, momentary. And with them there is Yog and Viyog. So don't have harsh, don't have vishad. Don't be happy about it. Don't be remorseful about it. Be equanimous. Got it? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the first verse, they are telling that everything is momentary. In the second verse, they are giving you the upadesh. Don't do ragdvesh. Supposing you do ragdvesh and this Barah Bhavna hits you, immediately your ragdvesh will be arrested or not. So you
Yes,
are putting the brakes on your material sansar, transmigration. When you flow with this ragdvesh, immediately you remember this Barah Bhavna or this Anitya Bhavna. Immediately your ragdvesh will be arrested or not. It will become mild or not. It won't be Anantanubandhi. Like that, your Anantanubandhi Kashai will go. And one day your mild Kashai also will. But without checking the Anantanubandhi Kashai, if you try to check the mild Kashai, it won't go. That is what people try to do in meditation. They want to check their yoga, they want to check their momentary bhav without understanding the permanent reality, that without checking the Anantanubandhi Kashai. Understood, dear, the mistakes that we are making? Okay. Now, not having this Harsha Vishad, that Samata Bhav, about which we studied in Dravya Sangrano, that Charitra is Dharma, Dharma is Shamata Bhav, Samata Bhav, and Moha Kshobha Vihina, Atma Parinam is Samata. Do you remember Dravya Sangra, which quoted Pravachan Sat Gatha? Charitra Khalu Dhammo. Dhammo is Samo, Samata Bhav. And what is Sama? Moha Kshobha Vihina Atma Parinam. So again here you have to understand that having Harsha Vishad is moha kshobha, and you visit your pure soul, it is dharma, it is charitra. Okay. So now talking about the same thing from Patanjali point of view. Chitta vritti nirodha is yoga. In our chitta, in our consciousness, the vrittis are rising. Vritti means the tendency to like something, to dislike something, to do something, to think something, to talk something. All these are called vrittis. The tendency to do something, do something. We don't believe in being. We don't have anand in being. We feel anand is in doing. So this is called chitta vritti. When you take to these vrittis, in Jainism it is called asrava. And this asrava is called as yoga. Yoga asrava. Born out of more rag, dvesh, ignorance, perversion. And Patanjali says, giving up all these chitta vrittis is yoga. But in Jainism, giving up all the chitta vrittis is reaching the ayoga state, beyond mind, body, speech state. The objective of both is same, but the way they discuss it is a little different. Okay? So contemplating on Anitya and other bhavanas, if Samta Bhav is not awakened, then there is big gadbad. Vairagya is not there, Samata is not there. Simply, ritually, we are doing the Barah Bhavana means good, but not good enough. And we all sing in Meri Bhavana, no? Lakshmi aave ya jave, लाखों वर्षों तक जीऊं या मृत्यु आज ही आ जावे, साम्य भाव रखूं मैं उन पर, ऐसी परिणति हो जाए. So, Samya Bhav is equanimity. That is only Samanam. That Samya Bhav is Samanam. Understood, dear? Understood how to read all the Barah Bhavanas? How to read all the... So I can go on and on and on. Still 4 pages are there. I've come halfway through. So, he says, whenever any anxiety situation appears, it is your exam time. Whether you get carried away by that anxiety or you are in charge of your emotions. Every moment is an exam for the Muniraj. So when you prepare yourself every moment, you will also be promoted to the next level of the spiritual ladder. If you know to take this exam every moment. You understood? This is art of living, art of dying. So death is a time when your exam is there. Are you ready for that exam? Have you prepared well? Have you studied well? Have you done the theory and practicals? Right? So this is practical Jainism. Now he says that that whatever is happening around you is anitya. That is not the cause of your suffering. You not focusing on the permanent reality is the cause of suffering. So with Tirthankars also all the upsarga are happening. But they are focusing on the reality so that upsarg is an exam time and they pass the exam and they get the result of Kevalya. You understood? For a Tirthankar to be, also the upsarg and parisha are happening. But they are all ephemeral. So these upsarg parisha are not the cause of suffering. Not able to focus on the permanent reality, not knowing the permanent reality, not knowing it, not able to focus on it is okay. You not know it is the cause of suffering. Okay, so there is only one way to get real happiness, and that is to focus on the reality. to have the knowledge and faith of reality. Okay, so first of all, the direction of our contemplations should be right. The objective should be right. Okay, without this, moksha is not possible. We will be in sansar pariyay only. There will not be abhav of sansar pariyay. Okay, so anant dukh of sansar is momentary, and anant sukh of atma is permanent. Anant sukh of atma is permanent, and that can be got only by focusing on the self through the 12-fold contemplations. Okay. Now, again, he is talking about death. So, do you want me to elaborate on it? He's telling where the Chakravartis have gone, who conquered the Bharata Khanda. Where is Ram? Where is Lakshman? Where is Ravan? Where is Krishna? Where is Rukmani? Where is Satyabhama? Where is the Dwarka? Where is all the Sampatti? Where are the palaces? Where is that golden city of Dwarka? Where are the Kauravas? Even the Lobhi, the greedy Kauravas are not there. Their elephants and horses and their palaces, the Pandavas. Okay. Fire, they were subjected to fire, the Pandavas. He's telling where they all are, where you will be permanent in this world. Now come out of the sleep of delusion. Moha neend se uthare chetan, tujhe jagavan ko, ho dayal upadesh kare guru bara bhavan. The Guru is telling you the upadesh to contemplate on the 12 bhavanas and come out of the slumber of delusion and awaken the spirit. Okay. Then coming to page number 31. He says acceptance of the pariyay. We don't accept the pariyay, no. We'll have harsh and vishad. You accept it. You accept the vastu sthiti. The paristhiti happened the way it has to happen. Then sahaj mein you will, that acceptance will come. Then sahaj mein rag dvesh will go. Then sahaj mein sukh will happen. You don't have to create the sukh. It will happen sahaj mein. Okay. So all the pariyay are nashwar. So why not become sahaj? Sahaj means natural state. Sahajta means natural state. So why we are not able to accept this sahajta is because we are, see how in the ocean you have the waves, you have the winds. Like that in the ocean of consciousness, the winds of raga dvesha keep moving the waves of gyan, in which all the gay are there. So you become strong. Let not the waves, let not the winds of raga dvesh affect your jnana samudra. You become steady in it. You become profound. You deeply absorb in that profound jnana samudra and experience the real happiness. Then he says, the dosh is not there in the vastu or in the paristhiti. The dosh is there in your drishti. The dosh is in the drishti, and we are searching the dosha in the loka. This should be like this, this should be like this, this should be like this. It won't be. Okay. So Shad Dravya Loka, the way it has to be Parinaman. Parinaman means operating. That way only it will operate. So don't try to change the world. You be the change you want. Obama gave the slogan. You be the change you want. So conclusion. Last paragraph. Now what we have to do? Point number 1. Accept the change, parinaman, that is happening in the external world and in the internal world. Whatever parinaman is happening, let it happen. you remain a knower and seer. Experience being a knower and seer. First point. परिणमन स्वभाव को सहज भाव से स्वीकार करो, करें. Second, whatever the momentary nature of the sanyog is happening, take it happily. Prasanna chitta. Chitta ki prasannata is samadhi. Chitta ki prasannata is puja ka phal. The steadiness of the chitta, which is devoid of anxiety, is the fruit of puja. It is a state of samadhi. Third one, be equanimous towards whatever is happening to you. Be detached. Fourth point, be detached. Yatha sambhav detached. Again and again practice detachment. Focus on the Trikali Dhruv, Aparinami Dravya, and not on all the Sanyog and Paryay. In your Drishti, this same point I'm telling, in your Drishti, let there be the focus on the Trikali Dhruv and not the momentary Sanyog and Paryay. Now in the box, one beautiful paragraph is given, which I would like to read it out for you. Not read out, explain it in English. If you want, please write it down. What is Atmanubhuti? Atmanubhuti means experience of the self. Knowing the self as it is Atmagyan. And continuously knowing it is Atmadhyan. Knowing the self, knowing the knower is Gyan. Continuously knowing it is Dhyan. So knowing the self is Samyak Gyan. Absorbing in the self continuously is Samyak Charitra. It should be Akhanda. We all light the Akhanda Deepam in the temple and all, no? So the body is the temple, the Atma is the light. You have to light it, keep it lighted continuously. When this continuity of Atma Gyan and Atma Dhyan is there, then Atma Pratiti will come. Samyak Darshan. Atma Prati, self-realization. Oneness with the pure soul will come. Transcendental bliss will be experienced. All these happen in one shot. Together, they are called Atmanubhuti. Together, all these together are called Atmanubhuti. Got it, dear? All of you. Can I have your response? Anitya Bhavna is done. It took me 1.5 hours.
Yes, ma'am, but very well explained.
Got it, the whole chapter?
In
I have
detail.
a point.
Like that, you have to read the whole book and enjoy it. Now, if I go into the chapter, I will be into it. Can somebody come and explain this chapter the way I'm doing it? And send the audio recording? Anybody interested in doing this chapter the way I'm doing it for you? Hello.
Ma'am,
Can
the
I have your
purpose of
response? Is it interesting or not, Anitya Bhavna? Mahendran sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Kapil.
I have
Bharat bhai.
have two devices, so it is giving a lot of echo. Okay, so maybe let me
Pardon?
switch it.
My voice was audible.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I have response of 3 people what you have understood? Kapil, क्या समझ में आया?
Can I make a point, ma'am?
आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
अभी आवाज आ रहा है? अभी?
थोड़ा जोर से बोलो.
अब आवाज आ रहा है, मैम?
हाँ, आ रही है, आ रही है.
Okay. Ma'am, first of all, I recently did my Vipassana. So I recently did my Vipassana.
Okay, okay, okay. Very good.
So now I understand the depth of Jainism and the context that you gave us. There also we learned about Anitya Bhavana and all, but I wouldn't compare both the things. For now, I would say Jainism has a lot of depth and a lot of specific information to share with us. The only thing is people like you should come on right platform and share it and be available to the seekers, because I see that a lot of people are talking about uh, traditional concepts. And am I audible now? Am I audible now?
और जोर से बोलो थोड़ा.
So a lot of people are, I think, limiting Jainism concepts to say very much traditional. Like I wouldn't call it traditional, but I would just say that mm, materialistic point of view or external dharmic rituals, or even if they give us some bites of philosophical context, but that is not sufficient, because I'll tell you, the youth is moving to uh, different set of philosophies in the world which are available to them. There are 100 types of meditation courses, institutions built, and they will just move away like that, and they will argue, or they will because
कपिल, you are not audible. कपिल, बहुत stress हो रहा है सुनने के लिए.
not audible at all, ma'am. Not
अभी
audible at all.
just जो थोड़ा जोर से बोलो ना.
Okay, sure, ma'am, sure. So I wanted to make a point that your the way you put it in terms of Jainism and the concepts behind Anitya Bhavana is also taught in Vipassana, but there we get a glimpse of it and we practice the meditation of Anitya Bhavana. My limited point is people like you should come on platform to make this information available to the right seekers. And additionally, I have a suggestion for you. I can be of, if you can tell me, I can help you in any way possible for this. You should also craft a meditation course in on lines of Jainism, Anitya Bhavana, and Barah, or multiple facets. So the point here is, there also we learned a lot of things. It was an intense program. I wouldn't compare it, but the way you put it, it shows that you have a lot of depth. I just want you to craft a suitable meditation out of it. Over to you, ma'am.
Kapil, on the lines of Vipassana, we have Vitrag Dhyan Shivir. Vitrag Dhyan Shivir for 10 days. They are conducted in the Shwetambar tradition. But on the 10th day, they will recite these dohas of this Barah Bhavna Anushila. These 4 line couplets are there, no? Dhruva Dham ki Aradhana. But there also they don't talk of the Gyayak Bhav. They take you through a lot of rituals of dhyan, but the focus on, see, even if you don't meditate on Gyayak Bhav, it's okay. But understand it first correctly, what it is actually.
Yes.
And know that even I'm meditating or not, I am that only. Whether I meditate on it or not, every moment I am a Gyayak Bhav only. That understanding, that determination is a prerequisite to go to dhyan. First thing. Second thing, all Tirthankar Bhagwan did the dhyan individually only. Dhyan in Jainism is never a group activity.
Yes.
It is never a group activity. So you will not come across even highly proficient Panditjis who talk of Swadhyay and everything. They will not be conducting these meditation camps. It can be conducted for the younger lot, for the corporate people, for schools, for teachers. It should be conducted. But for that, you first have to give a patient hearing to knowing the reality.
That's
Otherwise, it is all Shubha Dhyan only.
yes, ma'am. We learned a few Anitya Bhavana concepts in Vipassana, but that's what I'm trying to portray.
Kapil, you are not at all audible, Kapil.
Okay, now am I audible now, ma'am?
Louder, please.
Yeah. So the way you explained, ma'am, the concepts that you explained were much, much, much deeper and had a lot of depth in it for us to make sense out of it. So thank you for that, because I can now get context of even Vipassana meditation and Jainism both at the same time. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, Kapil. Okay. So definitely, even I used to think, we should have group meditations, this and that. But the more deeper and deeper I went, that idea, that thought, it was just a thought. I am not nurturing that thought now. Even though I'm ambitious that yes, everybody should understand. For that, I'm more ambitious about having pathshalas of Jainism. You should have corporate pathshalas, and you should have pathshalas in cancer hospitals. You should have pathshalas in mental hospitals and general hospitals. And wherever you can, have Tattva Gyan pathshala. First Tattva Nirnay. Then Tattva Dhyan automatically happens. Sahaj mein hota hai. You don't have to see. I'll tell you one thing. You should read the book Gyanar now. 40 aspects of Dhyan. Read this book. English translation is also available. The name of the book is Gems of Jaina Wisdom, Volume 8.
Yes, ma'am.
First, you understand these 40 aspects, and then you can design a program and give it to the world.
Ma'am, the way you taught, I'll just try to add one more point. In Vipassana, on the 9th and 10th day, we are taught that you can practice Vipassana in a daily life as well by walking, eating. That's what you explain, that Jainism is a way of life, and these concepts can be uh, uh, put into dhyan form in a daily activity as well. So, in this way, you have taught us dhyan as well, but the posture of dhyan is different. That's all. Thank you, ma'am.
I will tell you one thing. I have been practicing Vipassana right from the age of 15 or 16. I've learned it from Goenkaji himself, and I've gone for these 10 days camps.
Okay.
And my Pathshala teacher was a Vipassana practitioner, and we learned it in the Pathshala itself at the age of 15, 17.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And you also attended Goenkaji's session?
So I would say philosophy of Bhagwan Mahavir and practice of Vipassana is a good combination.
Yes, ma'am.
But without the philosophy, mere Vipassana, their dhyan is only tarang. Dhyan is only a wave.
Yes.
That is my experience. And I'll tell you, when I did this 10 days of Vipassana, on the 10th day when we were asked that, when we were told that we can talk, it took me so much of effort to talk.
Yes.
I could see the effort that I have to apply in talking.
Yes.
So I would suggest every day practice Swadhyay and Maun.
Yes.
And definitely, I always recommend to my students to do this 10 days of Vipassana. Either do Vitrak Dhyan Shivir or do Vipassana. You will be exempted from 20 marks assignment. Clear? Got it?
Nice.
Good.
Thank you, ma'am, for the
Yes,
depth.
now what
and
shall we do?
thank you.
Shall we do the Ashar and Bhavna? If I
Yes,
have to go into the details, I cannot complete in 1 hour. So shall we stop the class? Shall we conclude the class for this week? And take Barah Bhavnas as and when possible.
Sure, ma'am. I am okay with that, I think.
Huh?
Mahendra,
Yes,
July
ma'am.
month.
Virendra sir, what do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So all of you try to read Ashar and Bhavna. And if possible, what I can do is I can send the audio recordings of these and give it to you in the group, the important points in these Barah Bhavnas.
Sure.
So that will help you from the exam point of view. And then
That's true.
we'll try to cover as many bhavnas in the month of July. Again, we can continue in the next semester. We can continue four bhavnas. There's no end to this. And the essence of the 12 bhavnas, we have done it at least 2-3 times. Oh, so I think I'll detach from the class for now. We'll do the Jinwani Stuti.
Ma'am, you please be with me. I just have to do the Gandhar and Bhav Passion with you for 5 minutes. I think
You call me up. You
Yeah.
call me up right now.
I'll call you up
We'll finish
better.
it.
Sorted.
Right now, you call me up. We'll finish it.
Yeah. Sorted. Ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So Jinwani Stuti follows. Hey Jinwani Bharati, तोहे जपू दिन रे, जो तेरी शरणा गहे, सो पावे सुख चैन। जा वाणी के ज्ञान में लो कालो, सो वाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देते हूँ जो। जय जिनेन्द्र। जय जिनेन्द्र।
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra. Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jinendra, ma'am.